These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work out?
That doesn't even enter my consciousness.
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
What's going on, guys? We are back. Welcome back to Gaming Daily Live. My name is Icy Gaming. One of these days, I will remember to come back and not have my mic muted. Super excited for today's interview. We got Cairo, the man, the myth, the legend, the mark of the zeal. I don't know where to go with that one. We're just going to get right into it. Shout out to AE in the chat. Shout out to people coming in to the Blaze stream. Much love to all of y'all. Cairo has a hard stop at 5:30. So we've only got about 25 minutes or so for the interview. So I want to get right into it. We got a lot to talk about. The state of crypto gaming, how to thrive and survive in a bear market. What is going on with Moki Manager, how he made $7,000 in like 2 weeks. His general outlook on all things crypto gaming, markets, games, and building. Big shout out to the sponsors that make this show possible. We're streaming right now live on Blaze. Of course, you guys know Yield Guild Games, the best publisher, the best community in crypto gaming with their games from YGG Play, Giga Chad Bat, Waifu Sweeper, and Lowland. Super stoked to be partnered with them. AI Rev, you guys already know. Without further ado, let's just bring Cairo. He's backstage, so we'll bring him on and we'll get this thing going. Give me 15 seconds and we'll be back with Cairo. All right, brother, I'm just gonna bring you live on the stage.
These are facts.
The formatting. Cairo, we are live. Let me fix this formatting real quick.
I can change the vertical if it makes it easier for you.
Oh, no, you are perfect. You are perfect.
Okay.
Welcome, man. I appreciate you jumping in last minute here.
Yeah, anytime.
Happy April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day.
I guess.
This is one big ruse to get you, man. We got him.
Bro, April Fool's has become so terrible. I think the last time I enjoyed April Fool's Day was when I was a younger kid. I loved pranks, and so I tied a string to a open milk jug in my fridge and then tied it to the inside of the door. And I thought it was going to be one of my brothers that like pulled it, and then it, milk gets all over them, but it was my mom, and I got my ass beat by my dad for like a day straight. So never like April Fool's Day ever after that. And then now with all of the shenanigans on Twitter, it's just like, dude, I would rather just stay off of the internet for a day. Like,
are you telling me that Kick is actually not acquiring FaZe Clan?
bro, between that and then like seeing real protocols actually get hacked for hundreds of millions of dollars.
That one
I don't
seems
know.
real. I don't know what's going on there.
It's just crazy.
Another beautiful day in crypto.
For sure.
Like,
for sure.
$200 million just gone. Thanks.
Gone. Incredible.
I mean, like, also not surprising that it was on Solana, and it's just like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Blockchain gaming is never coming back. Definitely not whenever we're getting hacked for $200 million.
That's what they get.
I mean, I would never wish that on anybody, but I mean.
Yeah, no.
All right.
It's crazy. State of the market. Also, thank you for that April Fool's clip. We're done. We got the clip. We can call it now. Big shout out to Jake in the chat. Mount Doji in the building. Critical Daniel Draghi. Appreciate y'all. Chloe.
Daniel, yo. Shout out to all the Gaming Daily viewers and the Gaming Daily sponsors. Thank you guys. We appreciate you guys.
Let's start off there, man. I mean, first of all, how are you doing? We just were hanging out at GDC. It's always great to see you, man. We are like the last of a dying breed at this point of being crypto gaming content creators, surviving by like the skin of our teeth. So I got to ask you, like, how are you doing in this market? How are you feeling? What's going on your end?
Yeah, there's an inside joke in the Moku Discord because like in Marvel, during the Kang Dynasty, they would call him He Who Remains. And I just go by He Who Remains now because I'm just one of the last ones standing, bro. How do I feel in this market? It feels terrible. I mean, I've been here for the last 5 years. I've lived through a lot of, I guess, like an entire cycle. And for gaming specifically, it feels really bad right now. I think we discussed a little bit of this last week, but I think we're at kind of you said it best. It's like the emperor has no clothes. What you see is kind of what you get. What we have right now is probably the majority of what we will have, and they are the shots on goal, and they need to hit. Otherwise, it's going to be a long time before we see any real progress, or it's just something that pops up out of the blue that changes the game, or some macro condition that changes a lot. So I would say that like on the front of crypto gaming, it's just tough right now, man. Like I've been having the itch to stream and figure out some kind of like content schedule, but I don't even know what to turn on the stream for. And that even goes into Web 2. I'm just like not being drawn to a lot, even though I really do want a game. And that's probably a lot of factors. I'm just really busy lately on top of things, but yeah, I just feel like I'm not drawn to a lot. I do think that there are a few games that are still doing really well. I think that like Moku they're experimenting and doing some really interesting stuff, and I really like that team. But I know that they're a super underground team, and they're on Ronin, and so it's just kind of like in its own pocket. Beyond that, I still think that Cambria is great, and I love what that team is doing, and I think they're going to make a great game. And there's a few others that I'm really hopeful for, but I just I think right now is really tough for everyone. I think our guild is still doing really good despite all of these challenges, which gives me a lot of hope that we can make things work in the long term. But we need games to play, so.
Yeah, it is slim pickings out here. The vibes have not been all that great. But you've been someone that has continued to build, continued to like hold on and fight through it. I guess like, what is that motivation for you? And just like, you know, looking at the space, talking to other creators or builders or the people that are showing up on a daily basis to crypto Twitter, like any advice, because we've been through a few bear markets at this point, you know, it's like every time it feels like it's over, and we could say that like, well, this time it's different. It kind of feels over if nothing hits, but at the same time, innovation does continue to move forward. There's a lot of exciting things happening with AI. So maybe like giving advice to Cairo and Icy, you know, 2 years ago, who were like in the bear market, you know, kind of building through it. And, you know, we're happy for the most part that we stuck through it. Do you have any thoughts, tips, or you know, outlooks for surviving the bear market in 2026?
There were a lot of questions packed into there, but I will say that the motivation to keep going is a mixture between ego, I don't have the ability to let myself be wrong. I don't want everyone that talks shit about everything to be right.
Yes.
And I think that beyond that, there has to be some people that lead by example and do the things that we all set out to do. And if not, then it was all for what? So I think that's one of the big motivations. And, you know, I like to eat food. I like to run my gaming guild because it is the most fulfilling thing that I've ever done in my life. So I want to carry that on. So that's a big motivation. It's just I want to find ways to make it work because I see the good that we do. And advice, I think that in the past, bear markets are really boring and there's not much to do besides work on yourself. And I think that obviously, you know, time is a flat circle and this is very similar, but I think that there are more advanced tools out there now to climb the ladder. And if you've ever watched Game of Thrones, chaos is a ladder, and we're in a pretty big point of chaos, I would say right now. So you have a good time to take some leaps and build something if you can think of good creative ideas and execute on them. And I think that, like, you know, the bottleneck for having an idea and getting it out into existence has never been smaller. And that's really powerful if you are a person that is driven, motivated, and just a little bit of creativity. So yeah, that's my advice would be just go and get a Claude subscription and learn and build something. Like everyone's going to have an app and no users. That's fine. Learn to build an app. Like learn to do stuff right now because it's the only way you're gonna. It's the only way you're gonna get yourself. I don't know, bro. Baby Keem said, "I've never been one to stare at a wall and expect my situation to change or some shit like that." That's just how I feel, bro. Like go out and get it at the end of the day.
I love that, man. I love that fire. I love that perseverance. I love the Baby Keem quote.
Not correctly quoted either, by the way. It's totally off, but something like that.
I also like to eat food and you know, take my girlfriend out on dates.
Yep.
Funny you mentioned Claude because I know you just like switched from OpenAI literally today.
Yeah.
Or switch back. But I want to talk more about the stuff that you're building. But before I do, I just want to go back because I think you said it really well, and I appreciate you saying it. Like, I'm still here, a part out of ego, a part out of like just not giving up, a part of like wanting to prove, you know, the haters wrong, and a part of like just seeing this thing through. And that's really how I feel as well. In like large part, it's like mama didn't raise no quitter. And like, I don't know if we're crazy, if it's like sunken cost, you know, Daniel Dragy's in the chat. He'll probably call it sunken cost fallacy.
Of course some of it is, but
I like
what in life it doesn't.
Yeah. No, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I mean, bro, you could call anything in your life sunk cost fallacy whenever you get into it, and the time horizons just change on things, and situations change, and so yeah, so some of it sunk cost fallacy. Hell yeah, but I'm gonna make sure it's not by the end of it.
I mean, you're crazy until you're right? And so, you know, and I just always get inspired by people like you who have been here for the long haul and continue to show up with like energy and keep pushing things forward. So let's talk about pushing things forward. But you're also, before I get into that real quick, I also just want to like underscore, you're also very critical of the space, right?
Have to be.
And you're outspoken, and I appreciate that. Actually, can we just talk about that real quick? I interviewed Mason and Devin from Golden Tides yesterday. I know you had some feelings about that. I don't know how much you want to speak publicly or whatnot, but like when you see things like the Golden Tide situation, people wanted refunds, they said no refunds, you know, that kind of shakes one's confidence in the space, in NFTs, in what we're doing here. The social contract between the gamers, the community, and then the studios is very shaky, and maybe it always has been, but it's like as the space, you know, as more games shut down or go through these pivots, it continues to, I don't know, like we said, emperors wearing no clothes type of thing.
Yeah.
Water goes out, everyone was swimming naked.
I think that I didn't get a chance to watch the interview. I really want to and need to. And so I think that would probably have helped me form a better opinion for this question. But I would say, like, off the bat, I was not an investor in any of the assets of Golden Tides, which is honestly incredible because I buy assets in every NFT game. So it's kind of crazy. And I think that like the game looks cool. People seem to like stuff about the game. And I played it once and it was interesting, but it was a long time ago. And I think that look, as somebody who like buys into a lot of these gaming assets based off of the white papers that these people like write down, and I'm one of the few people who make sure I like go analyze, read, and then act off of the things that they put forward and how they want player behavior to be and how they want people to act and like where they align incentives and where they push people. Like I am one of the people that tries to go and take advantage of a lot of that and position well. And I think that like, you know, looking at this from an outside perspective without much information, my first reaction was to look up where they were from, and I saw that they were American, and I'm just wondering how it wasn't like, how is this not fraud or some level of, I just don't get how it's not dishonest. And again, I'm sure if I went and I listened to the interview, I would get more context on that. But at the end of the day, from the perspective of the game devs, I totally understand that there might be terribly hard choices to make that are things you have to do to be able to give yourself the best chance to survive. And that might not always be the most popular with your asset holders or your community. And sometimes you truly do have to think for the long term. Now, is the timing of like the big raise announcement coincidental? Like, is this forced pressure from investors? I like, who knows? Like, you could speculate forever. I'm sure context if I watch the interview. I think that all in all, there's a million ways that you can look at it, and I think that you can be empathetic to both sides because I'm sure that the devs want the best for their game long term, but that obviously is going to cause people to be collateral damage, which I think is just it sucks at the end of the day. Like, how does anybody ever believe in any of this stuff if people can just change stuff on a dime? It's a lot like Fableborn. Like, after Fableborn goes through their big token debacle and it goes up to $2.50 and then crashes back down to 10 cents, and then a week later they tried to completely redesign tokenomics for all the assets and change everything about what people bought into these assets for. And it's just like, how do you ever trust any of these guys or ever buy any of these things ever again whenever people can't stick to their words for even 6 months? I don't know. And so like, is this damaging? Yeah, I think it's like horribly damaging. I know that like the morning of seeing the announcement and the whole day I just felt dread because it's just like, what stops? I mean, I'm sure obviously Golden Tides isn't the first to do this. There are others. But just what stops this from being another in the list of precedent for somebody else to do it eventually, and then people just get burned repeatedly, and then you just never have speculative assets that anybody believes in. You just a lot of the times in this space, you can't trust teams to stick to their word. And I get like, dude, the market forces people to adapt, and that breeds tough choices. And some people might not like the answer to those, but I just think that like if you're I don't know, you got to be aligned with your community at some point, and like just throwing them to the wolves to try to make a successful game, like I almost don't know what's better. Is it better to just fail? I don't know.
Yeah, it's such a hard situation, and
I won't say it's right. Like it doesn't feel right. That's what I'll say. It doesn't feel right. Like I would if this is me, and I am usually a top 1 to 10 holder in most of these collections that I buy into. If that's me, I'm pissed. And I'm thinking like I think the value was like 0.1 ETH for the packages that people bought or whatever. In my mind, I'm just thinking like in the future, how can you not? I don't know how many skins were sold. I don't know how many packages were sold. I don't know how much are sold. I just feel like there's no way you can't make it at least hurt a lot less in some capacity. But maybe they plan to. I don't know. Like, I don't know the plans long term. Like, if they do become successful as a Web2 studio, do they come back? Like, I don't, like, how do you know?
It's really hard. I think they were 0.01 ETH. So I think there was things that weren't sold, too much. I could be wrong on that. I'm with you, man. It does shake a lot of confidence, but they're not the first. It's like a long line of kind of crypto gaming disappointments, which is just sucks. It sucks to be a part of, because like, how can you? We're like evangelists of the ecosystem. We believe in the technology. We believe and support a lot of these projects and teams, and we want to see it move forward. But like time and time again, it feels like the people with the most conviction were the ones that got the worst end of the deal. And, it's tough to bring new people into the space when this continues to happen.
Yeah, it's just an NFT problem. It happens in every project. The people always, and like community members who hold forever, they end up feeling like the time that they held the assets wasn't usually worth it. And for stuff like this, it's like obviously they were just stuck between a rock and a hard place and had to choose. Do we piss everyone off and try to look forward to the future, or do we let our game die? And
but I think you're in a unique position because running Mark of the Zeal, being, the #1 gaming guild, and in many collections, the #1 holder of assets, like that, does that change your thesis on allocating funds?
We are 100% completely moving. Like this has already happened a long time ago, but we moved into accumulation mode a long time ago. Like I'm not deploying capital into anything that's coming out right now or is being talked about right now. Like, especially with the way that teams act during the bear market, like I just can't have a lot of faith. So we are using the revenue that we get from the assets for straight accumulation right now. There's no redeploying at the moment.
Yeah. Well, we know you got a hard stop in a little at the half of the hour.
We're good. We're good. Keep going.
I want to talk about you building. That seems to be, the strategy here. I know we talked quite a bit at GDC about some of the different things that you were building. We've been claw-pilled. We've been, OpenAI and Claude coding. So let's talk about the recent one, man. Moki Manager. This seems to be built by, I don't know if he's a member of Mark of the Zeal, Garrison. So tell us a little bit about Moki Manager. Obviously this is built on top of Moku. So yeah, what do we need to know here?
Yeah, so this is part of the initial deliverables for the Ronin Lightning Grant, the $20,000 Lightning Grant that we received. Essentially, Garrison is a staff member. We use the Lightning Grant is being used primarily to fund development capabilities of our guild, which means bringing on Garrison as a dev, and then also myself and Garrison's baby has been this Project Moki Manager. And so essentially our guild just plans to make, for every game that is worth their salt, we plan to make some kind of wiki/tool system to help the communities and players. And for Moku, it is a DFS, Daily Fantasy Sports like system where there are slates every 8 hours of contests. And in these contests, there are different matchups. And with those matchups, there are different like softness levels of the lineups that people will play against, or their schedules, essentially, like in sports. And so with Moki Manager, we've done a few different things. There are a lot of like base level tools that you can make with just regular API or scraping things, but we wanted to make a premium tool service that is reminiscent of like former like Axie Infinity tools that were like a do-it-all, like one-stop shop for everything. And so we have the capability to auto-train Mokis. We've automated the ability to train, so people don't have to check back every 2, 8, or 24 hours to train their Mokis. It's really big for especially larger holders. It saves people many hours of their day. Beyond that, we have like a leaderboard system so that you can see your projected payout for the $1 million prize pool. You can see it grow as new funds are added to it. We have like an analytics tab for everyone to check like everyone's comparable P&Ls, the volume that they've done. And then beyond that, the bread and butter of this is a prediction system that ranks the Mokis by their stats, their class, their opponents, their teammates, and it essentially gives you the best in slot lineups that we can calculate from our algorithm for each 8-hour slate, and so that you can enter contests knowing that you're entering with the best Mokis possible. And with this, it's coded by Garrison. He is a software engineer, he has a background, but he also primarily uses like AI for a lot of his stuff. He's like AI assisted coding essentially. And so yeah, this is the product. Essentially there's like 3 different big tools that are being used by the Moku community right now. I would say Moki Manager has become the most widespread one. And
yeah, you guys I mean, you shared this yesterday, the screenshot. You guys have almost made $7,000 in royalties.
Yeah, so this is actually different. This is from clubs. So clubs, okay. What happens in Moku is we have the largest club of like 655 members, conversions. We get, what is it? I think it's like 1% of every contest entry that people in our club do. We get 5% of every pack opening that people do. And so we've made $7,000 in royalties from just that 1% and that 5%. And that's just club fees being paid back out to us as a club. And then from Moki Manager specifically, ironically, it's also about $7,000 gross revenue since we launched last week. So in about a week, we've made 7,000 gross from subscriptions. Yeah.
So how do you square that in your mind? I know you've been building a ton, and we only have like a few short minutes left. So you've been crushing it. You've been building. You've been adapting with the times, not staying stagnant, not staring at a white wall, expecting, good things to happen. You've been getting out there and getting after it, building with the tools available, growing your community, growing your guild, and you're able to see incredible benefits and reap those rewards. Does that like encourage your outlook of like, all right, 2026, like I'm just going to build, I'm going to like, work with the people that make sense to work with the ecosystems, add value, and just keep going like that? Like, is that your outlook, or how would you describe it?
Yeah. I mean, I think that like, the first half of our year is pretty well set up just because we got 2 different grants, one for like a community-based thing where we will be doing a bunch of events and tournaments for Arbitrum. And then on the tool building side, that's where the Lightning grant comes in. So I'd say like the first half of our year is really slated towards just like building out the infrastructure to go from game to game to create useful community tools. as well as hosting and becoming like the distribution layer for a lot of these projects as well. As for the latter half of the latter half of this year, I have no idea. I mean, we're really focused on what we're doing now and what we're doing in the next couple of months. And I think that like our overhead is low. We have really passionate and motivated individuals that really care about the guild as a whole. And we've positioned ourselves well in a lot of different places that like I think that we can weather the storm as long as it takes, as long as it's not, ever or forever. And so like my outlook is just like, dude, I gotta do what I can while I can. Like people want to go full or have wanted to go full-time crypto forever, and I've been doing it for 5 years, and I just don't want, like, I want to take advantage of that and like use my time as wisely as I possibly can and become like the most productive individual that I can be, and like sharpen my skills so I can just be useful as I get older. And I don't know, my outlook is just the same as it always been, man. One foot in front of the other, get better every single day, and do right by the people who do right by me. And I just have faith that everything's going to work itself out. Are things tough right now? Hell yeah, man. Like, I'm looking for a job. If you are listening to Gaming Daily and hiring, hire me, bro. I'm looking for a job. Do I want to be looking for a job right now? No, but that's just how it is, man. You got to do what you got to do. So outlook, like I said, one foot in front of the other and get better every day.
Bars, wisdom, tons of gems there, man. Speaking of being efficient with your time, we're going to drop you off because I know you got a hard stop and I want to be respectful of that. Cairo, I love you, bro. Thank you for jumping in last minute. Thank you for being a patron of everything. We'll let you go and we'll talk to you. We'll bring you back on soon because we gotta get more wisdom when you got some more
peace,
time.
guys.
Later, Cairo. Appreciate you, bro. All right, guys, that was Cairo. I mean, gems, bars. I wish we could have him longer. Shout out to everyone in the Blaze chat, by the way. Let me pull the Blaze chat up here. CG, Doffer, Faux Dub, T Sid in the building, Ice and Dark doing double duty in the Twitch and Blaze chat. You love to see that. Zinta, welcome. Shorter chat, shorter interview, shorter stream today. Cairo jumped in and did me a solid last minute. There's things to unpack there. So we can kind of unpack that just a little bit. I've always really admired and respected Cairo for that outlook. He is very passionate, and like he's young. He's wise. He's very wise for his young age, and the kid works really, really hard. He'll get fired up. Don't get it wrong. He'll get fired up, but that's just like that passion, and that's that gamer drive, that competitive fire that is one of the reasons why he's successful in so many different areas. So I mean, dude, I didn't even know that he had 2 products that are driving like $7,000 in revenue, which is just crazy. We didn't have a chance to really get too into it, but we were talking in at GDC, and he was telling me about all the products that Mark of the Zeal is building. The wikis, the managers, the tools. You're able to build stuff right now. Vibe coding, Claude Code, Codex with OpenAI. I mean, there's just so much possibility, and to hear him and to see him like deploying that strategy and executing against these tools is just inspiring, man. Like, you could sit on your ass and complain, or you can get out there and build something and, like he said, improve your skills that are gonna pay dividends and help you throughout your career. We got to get Cairo back on because he's awesome. Here, let me exit out of that Google call. That's why he's Cairo and at the top of the top. That's why they're getting grants from Ronin for $20,000 and Arbitrum for $15,000 and just winning at the highest levels. But then you hear him say like he's looking for a job, and you're like, damn, like even someone at that level is struggling a bit, you know, in this market. And, you know, when you see him talk about golden tides, and it's like, well, that kind of changes our, you know, our faith in conviction in the space. It's scary. It's scary. It's problematic. You know, it's like, these are not the people that are supposed to feel this way, you know? So if they're feeling that way, like, what are the rest of us going through, you know? Doji, I appreciate you switching to the YouTube. Tower Dog in the building. Appreciate you, brother. I tried to send Tower Dog a voice note this morning, and I learned that voice notes on Twitter DMs are like no longer active. Like they completely got rid of that. Since when? I think it's because they switched to the, why is my mic so low? My mic is like hella low. What's going on here? I think it's because they switched to encrypted chat, but like they're just like getting rid of Twitter features, man. Twitter drives me crazy. It drives me absolutely crazy. Guys, we don't have much else planned for the stream. Let's take a look at some of the news. We can kind of pull up some things here. Let's go through a few of these. Let's see. Really only like a couple of things. Let me open these up. Open up the links. We're probably going to have a shorter stream today, guys, to be honest. Probably not going to stay too long. I was super stoked to talk to Cairo. I think even with a shorter interview, there's like 3 or 4 banger clips. Like he dropped gems. There was moments. Can we start with a little self-shill here? I posted my video for the Sandbox. I heard AMD is buying out Intel. Yeah, dude. I heard crypto gaming is doing well, man. I posted my video for the Sandbox. It was a lot of fun. If you guys haven't played the Sandbox, you know, give it a whirl.
Right there. Let's use our gun.
They did sponsor me to make this video, so shout out to them for buying my sushi for the month.
Oh, give me the loot. Give me the loot.
For the month.
Give me the loot.
For the week.
Thank you. Shoot him.
Game's got a lot of potential.
Yes, we got him.
Hey, Tower Dog with the 10 backstage votes. I appreciate you, brother. I got to get into the voting system, man. Are the credit cards live? I need to buy some votes. I need to be spreading the love. I appreciate that love and support, man. It means a lot. Sandbox is cool. Playtest was actually a lot of fun. And I think the playtest returns tomorrow for like a week. You have like 1 week to play the Sandbox. So jump in there if you're looking for a new fun mobile shooter. It was really smooth. And if you want to hear what the hype is about, check that out. Next up, dude, Azuki raised like $1 million. What was the headline here? Yeah, the pre-sale. They pre-sold their upcoming, I don't know, expansion pack or something like that. $1 million. Every milestone promo card will come with your orders. Absolutely insane. Big congratulations to Azuki. TCG. Brothers, with the money that Azuki is making, we better get something amazing. We better get something incredible. Please, please, please. You guys are making so much money, and your ability to raise funds is like almost unmatched. You know, like Azuki's the only project out here that I know that is like able to do this stuff. Guys, they were selling watches for $75,000. Like, so please, I hope that we get something sick. The other thought that I have with this is like, you never know. Like sometimes, I mean, they definitely have like a large whale community, but you also like never know how much they're buying. Right? Or how much like they're supporting other people to buy in so that then it looks really good. Like we had Kieran from Illuvium on, and you know, they like to talk about, Battle in the Beyond or the Beyond Wave 5s or whatever, you know, makes so much money. But I remember Kieran spending like like $300,000 on one of the waves, like himself. And so, I think that, it's possible. It's just possible that like these numbers are inflated, that's all. That's all that I'm saying. But I don't know. I'm not saying that about Azuki, but it just makes you just can't, you don't know. But the game, it looks sick. The cards are sick. The art is sick. The community is great. So hopefully they can turn something into really special into that. We had a new blog post from Atiya's Legacy, Atiya's Lab blog, entry number 2. I'm not going to go through this, but if you're interested in the playtest, I think the new playtest is starting next week. So that's going to be really exciting. So I think that this is one of the more compelling shots on goal that we have for crypto gaming. So I am very interested in this. Angel Claw, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. I like that name, by the way. Angel Claw. Makes me think of Open Claw. I've barely talked to my AI agent today, by the way, guys. Like, barely. I need to bring my agent on. We should get the agent. Oh, my gosh. Why are there no AI agent, like, bot streamer, like, apps? I'm sure that there are. But, like, oh, my gosh. Have people done that yet? I just want it here. Like, imagine my little bot, like, here. My bot's name is Elliot. Imagine, like, my own little Elliot bot. And then I could ask him, like, yo, like, what do you think of this? And then it could talk to me. Like, it plugs into the, 11 Labs, like, voice or something like that. Or it's just, like, TTS. Oh, my gosh. I want my Elliot agent a part of Gaming Daily. I don't know what that's going to take, but I need that. Defense of the agents you can play with or against your bot. So, like, I don't know how you guys are feeling about AI and personal assistants and stuff like that, but, like, I don't feel anything about other agents. Like, I don't have an affinity. I don't like whatever. Leave me alone with your stuff, right? But my agent, my Elliot that I have, like, curated and, like, it's like my little Tamagotchi. I gave birth to this guy when I set him up on a Mac Mini, and he knows everything about me. And I talk to him all day, every day, except for today. I don't know why I haven't talked to Elliot today. So, like, this is, like, becoming, like, a thing, and it'll be a thing that, like, I can share with you guys and have him on stream and be like, Elliot, like, what do you think? You invested in one, but it never took off. Oh, like, as a project? Yeah. Didn't Razer just build? Yeah. Razer. My boy sent me that. I didn't look at it, but yeah. But see, that's what I'm saying, Tower Dog. I don't want your agent. Like, leave me alone. Like, no, I don't trust your stuff. You're just trying to harvest my data. V Roshi with the 50 votes, my guy. Damn. Yo, V Roshi is goated, dude. It's V Roshi and John Galt, man. 1-2-1-2, man. Thank you for the 50 votes. That is major. Yo, I gotta get some votes. I gotta invest in some votes. I gotta spread the love. I just think it'd be so cool to have my agent here and be able to talk to my agent. Maybe this is dystopian, but, like, I don't know, man. My agent is cool, dude. Elliot's the homie, dude. Y'all would rock with Elliot, man. You would. Okay, moving on. Speaking of Atiya's Legacy playtest 2, the emails are going out. So if you guys tuned into Gaming Daily and registered and followed along for Atiya's Legacy, you may have an email waiting for you. And if you need one, comment down below on Jiho's post. My goodness, got a lot of comments there. And you can, you might get selected. And if you really, really want to play, let me know, DM me, and I can maybe pass a word along to some of the higher ups. Next up, we got our boy Sinjin, the titan of Taboo, the founder that cannot be bought. Our guy streamed on Blaze today, and it wasn't an April Fool's joke. 3 a.m. because he's in Asia. He jumped on a Blaze stream. W Sinjin. Here, I'm going to post the link here. Guys, go follow Sinjin. You guys will love Sinjin. I heard his audio wasn't the best in his stream. But W Sinjin, man. We got 9. My guy's got 9 followers out here. I'm the 9th. I'm trying to that just doesn't work. It's so annoying. Tower Dog got him earlier. We love to see that. Good GG's. Let's keep it going. Yield Guild Games, YGG, our beloved sponsor, is up to a new adventure with their community questing. Legend of Ymir has a quest going on, YGG. So Daniel Draghi, my God, Mr. Ymir. I don't know how you feel about YGG quests, but you got to check that one out if you're doing all your Legend of Ymir gaming. Did anything else happen today? What was the meme of the day? FaZe Clan getting acquired by Kick? April Fools? Ooh, we got a new autopsy report from Tonin. New autopsy report. Breaking news. Not really breaking. It came out earlier today. Tonin. Autopsy report number 17. Tower Dog, if you want a crash course on what's been happening in crypto gaming, we have 17 autopsy reports for you. We have been down bad. It's crazy. I read these things and I'm like, wow, dude, damn. Damn. Daniel Draghi, how much do you love these autopsy reports? You must relish these. I know the game, Llama. I'll hang tight. We'll share what it is. Shout out to Tonin because he does these autopsy reports so well. It's negative, but it's also incredibly neutral and balanced. And so it's FUD without being FUD. It's really good, man. It's really respectable. I'm mad because I feel like these things should have 30, 40, 50,000 views. These deserve way more views than they get. Tonin should be blowing up off of these. And I think he does okay, but this one today, only has 500 views. Come on. Okay. A Web3 mobile game and a trading card game, Fantasy World. The team ran John Galt with 100 votes. Oh my gosh, John Galt. I appreciate you, brother. Listen, Atlas doesn't shrug when John Galt is around. It was crazy that we dropped that yesterday. And then Mesa was like, that's my son's name. And I was like, oh, this is wild. John Galt, I appreciate you, man. Happy Wednesday. Happy April 1st. The legend, the GOAT, appreciate you. John Goat, they call him around these streets. What was I going to say? Happy April Fool's Day. I appreciate you, man. I'm going to get some votes. I'm going to spread the love. Oh, that's what I was going to say. John Galt and I out here fighting the good fight. There was some Blaze FUD on the timeline, and we had to go set the record straight. Shout out to Half Metal Fox, man. I got nothing bad to say about him, but the dude was like, why would I stream on Blaze? And I'm like, because Blaze is awesome. And he's like, I doubt it. And I'm like, I think it's awesome. I've been having a great time. He's like, there's no one there. And I'm like, brother, there is so many people there every day. The chat is crazy. The community is electric. It's organic and it's growing. When you see people on Blaze streaming, from communities and games that are completely outside of crypto, that's when you know, like, oh, dude, there's some dope stuff happening. And then you see new people coming in all the time, checking it out. What are we doing? What are we doing? Are you for real? You for real? Like, you don't know what you're saying. That's not accurate. It's not correct. And it's like so easy to check, dude. Just go to blaze.stream and see all the people that are live. Like, what are you talking about? That's wild, dude. Fun.fun. Anyways, we'll go back to the autopsy report from Tonin. Okay. Players competed. This was crazy. This was actually one of the craziest series of events. They ran a full season 1 of their mobile game. The community engaged, cards were traded, things were happening. Then 2 weeks after season 1 ended, the team posted on X, "This is a tough message to write, but unfortunately our team has run out of funds and will be suspending development and support for both our mobile game and TCG." 2 weeks. Like, Tonin says it best, man. How do you run out of funds during an active season? How does the team not know halfway through season 1 that the money won't last until season 2? Either they knew and ran the season anyway, or they didn't know, which is like worse. There was no refunds, no compensation plan, no airdrop, just like a search for a buyer that may never come. It was Valeria Studios. Valeria Studios. I remember that. I'm sure that we covered it on Gaming Daily. Wild. Like, because we're talking, like, I try to support these games and these communities. So it's like, shout out Exploit. Thank you for the follow. I was covering season 1. I was like promoting it. I'm like, yo, Valeria Studios, season 1, like, congrats, go check it out. And then they're shutting down. I was flabbergasted. I was befuddled. I was like, what the heck? It was absolutely crazy and insane. Guys, I don't know what else is going on. I think that's really it. Is anything else going on in the universe, in the Twitter sphere? Sitting by the pool, enjoying this 80 degree weather. Shout out to you, brother. Llama is correct. We got the Heroes of Hold'em Icy Cup going down on Friday. Tower Dog, John Galt, Zinta, Exploit. Appreciate you guys being here. I hope that you consider swinging through the Heroes of Hold'em tournament. It's open to everyone. Peyton Kalevahea, who just joined the YouTube chat, will be playing and on the main stage. Super fun game. It's going to be a great time. If you don't want to play, tune into the stream. It's going live 1 p.m. EST. It's going to be a good time. There will be $1,500 up for grabs if you play in the tournaments, which is going to be major. You'll have a chance to make some good money. If not, there will be some other bounties and bonuses. Peyton and Sam always do this to me, man. They join the stream as I'm like closing it out, ending it. All the good, juicy entertainment is gone. I got nothing for you guys. I'm so sorry. We're closing out. Llama says he hopes he can make it. I hope so too, man. I hope so too. If not, dude, we are talking about doing some more activations, some more tournaments. I really, really like the Friday tournaments. So I think we're going to turn it into like a weekly thing. Don't quote me on that yet, but I think we're going to be doing more Friday game nights. So maybe we can try and like do some different time zones, try and make it available. I don't know. We'll try and do something. Guys, that's going to do it for the show today. Short and sweet. Cairo had a hard stop at the half hour, so we weren't able to make it past that. But I appreciate all of you guys tuning in. It means the world to me. Thank you for your votes. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for the energy, for the likes, the tweets, the retweets. I got a raid off last minute yesterday before we officially closed down. So I'm not going to forget today's raid. And I'm curious. Who should we raid? Let me pull this up here. Let's see. Can I share the website? Let's see. Website share. Let's pick this together, boys and girls. We got the Blaze stream up there. My face is like half covered. Shout out to Blaze putting me on the big screen. That's so cool, dude. That's so cool. I feel so honored, man. Blaze knows how to make you feel good, man. Make you feel special. The community, the platform, everyone. You love to see it. I almost want to give the raid to my boy, Captain 5. You know what? What's he playing? Yeah, we got to give the raid over to my boy, Captain 5. Let's play some Call of Duty. My boy is in the gulag right now. My boy got out. He got out the gulag. He gets the raid. He gets the raid. Listen, Captain 5 and I go back, man. Captain 5 is the homie. Great guy. Been around for a long time. Deserves all the love, all the support. My guy is streaming, camera on, gaming hard. I'm not even following him. What the heck is wrong with me? Oh my goodness. All right, we fixed that right there. All right, guys, I'm going to send that over. I appreciate y'all. Much love. I'll see you in that raid. We're going to end the stream. We'll be back tomorrow with another interview with Jake Lynch from We Like Sports. Llama says, oh, Icy. He's telling me something. What? I don't know. Tell me in the Twitch.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this